The only thing better than the timing of this deal is the amount of money I'm going to be spending to actually build them. I just messaged John and I didn't actually get his house number or flat number outside a block of flats, and I'm currently left on unread. Guys, how you doing? Welcome back to a brand new video. Simon down here in the garden. Before obviously we have the weekend festivities, I'm going to be doing a quick little video. Well, obviously Mother's Day tomorrow, and I'm going to show you a clip from last night when I went and picked up these golf clubs on a Friday evening at 9 o'clock down in Bournemouth. A nice little 3-hour round trip, but it was well worth it. I'm not going to show you exactly what the heads are at the moment. I'll obviously let you see that in the clip, but £35 for the lot of them. That is £5 a head. And if you didn't watch the video in the week, you will know at the moment I'm currently playing with some MX-15s with old tattered grips from about 15 years ago. So this deal could not have come at a better time, and I'm going to use the pullouts and shafts that I have in the garage to essentially build my new set of irons to play with until I find something better throughout the season. If you like this video, leave it a like, subscribe if you are new, and yeah, roll the clip from last night. So now you know how I spend my Friday evenings. I imagine I'll probably do a much better intro to this at the start of this video, but obviously an hour and 20 to here. I just messaged John and I didn't actually get his house number or flat number outside a block of flats, and I'm currently left on unread. So I could have just driven this whole way. If John doesn't see his phone now, I'm potentially just driven all this way for nothing. So I'm hoping he's going to find it and read it soon. Very excited to see them. Now I do know one of the badges on the back, I think you described, isn't quite all there, but again, we're talking like £5 a head here, and if I can put something together with a few shafts and grips, it'd be a good start to obviously build a bag. I don't think this is going to be my 2022 iron set, but it's definitely going to be better than anything else I've got on hand at the moment for my charity game at Thrillford on Friday. So hopefully John has read my message. I'll update you in a second, hopefully once I've got them. John, the gentleman, did finally answer my message, and I've got them here. I'm going to give you a quick look at that moment, but obviously better in the daylight, and probably should get home as it is now 8:30 on a Friday evening. And Mary might want to see, probably won't. I have to say the condition of them was a lot better than I expected, and when he said the badges worn off, I just looked back on the photos. I didn't really look at the photos. When it was £35 for 7 heads, I just basically just pulled the trigger. They could have had a lot worse. Now I think that's probably the one, as you can see, that quite worn off, but it's not really going to make that much difference, let's be honest, guys. The faces, I think there's a few more worn faces again as we have a look in the daylight tomorrow. I think there's probably some more warm ones. I imagine it's down the lower end of the bag like this one. Not too sure which one this is. 8 iron, so that's a tiny bit warm. Plenty of life still left in them though. Oh, this is going to be an outrageous build. How exciting. I love the way these things just fall into my lap. And we are back home. 7 heads in total, £35 altogether. Obviously I spent about £3 in petrol to get down to the south coast. I think I spent about £25, something like that. So overall we're probably £60 in the hole for these heads altogether. And the challenge now, I've got a pretty good idea exactly what's going to go into these. I found something quite useful on the forums online, that actually any TaylorMade PSI iron that's got a dot next to the serial number like that, they're 0.335 tip opposed to 0.37, because they did produce them with both depending on obviously what shaft you had them. I had a pretty good idea that these would be 0.355 because I used to have C-taper. These used to be my irons, which is such a coincidence. I used to have X-Stiff C-taper, 130-gram shafts in all of these, but sadly I won't have that shaft, but I think I've got a stiff version that's going to do just the job. But overall I will show you the face of them as well. That's obviously annoying, but again, I'm not concerned. This is just a bit, to be honest, there's a few of them that has this little plastic bit that's just gonna probably crumble off. But in terms of the faces and these little plastic inserts that have always been quite infamous for cracking and breaking, they are in really good condition. The gentleman himself was essentially going to build his own set, but he said he ran out of time. So I'll be interested to see what he paid for these as well, whether he paid about £35, £40, £50 when he got hold of them, but that's outrageous value and couldn't be better timing for obviously the tournament on Friday. As if you saw yesterday's video, I highly recommend going and watching it. I'm going to be putting that Brute Golf driver with an A-flex shaft in it at the top end of the bag. I'm now going to build these, so I've got a set of irons, and now we just need to sort wedges and woods in the middle. We obviously got a driving iron. I'll probably potentially need one more like fairway wood potentially, and then a set of wedges, and then we've actually completed the bag. My bag would essentially be back together and won't look like an embarrassing state. But yeah, what an outrageous little find. The tour bag collection is growing. I'm really happy with some of the pickups I've got recently. This one sadly has got broken zips, but I only picked that up for £30 from someone I know at Sanford. James, he did me quite a good deal on that, so it's actually in really good condition. Perfect for me, probably not great for anyone else that was actually going to use it for anything but storing clubs. But I'm really happy with that purchase. Obviously the Masters bag, infamous for the channel. This one isn't mine. I'm actually selling that on behalf of someone. Quite a lot of this stuff here, for example, all of this is left-handed stuff that I'm selling on to left-handers, coincidentally. Just had tons of stuff to obviously move, so I'm actually just selling them on behalf of them at the moment. These are the things, you can see how many shafts I've got. I don't actually buy shafts like Heather. They just come in like deals and job lots, and people obviously playing and tinkering, pullouts, you name it, and then they just get left to the wayside. So we've got tons of shafts here. Sadly, not too many sets of stiff or even X-stiff that would all go into these PSI heads. So this was my first initial plan. These elevates here, for example, as you can see, they would have been a nice little option. Stiff flex, but only 5 of them. And then I was thinking, can I plug them with something else? Can I put something similar in terms of profile? But there was just too many odds and sods. I've got tons of like 5 iron, not 5 iron, but like 6 iron, 5 iron length, nothing form 5. And then lo and behold, we came across this set of pullouts, which is literally perfect. Obviously got golf pipe grips, as you can see on there, in really good condition, mid-size, which I'm not kind of used to. But again, I don't think this is going to be my forever set of golf clubs this year, but definitely better than anything else that I've got. KBS Tour 120 stiff flex shafts. Again, the decals are in great condition. These clubs are gonna look great once finished. Obviously you need to give them a bit of a clean up job at the top there, and then once we put the ferrules on them and then put them in the heads, they're gonna look absolutely, well, they're going to look better than £50, let's be honest. So I guess obviously not many people in this position that obviously has bundles of iron shafts and pullouts, you name it. But I do feel, I think if you go, I'm going to show you a listing now actually. If you go on to like Golf Clubs for Cash, they sell a full set of iron shafts, like dynamic golds, pullouts for like 30 quid, like £40. So we're not talking much. You could have easily got these heads, found a decent set of iron shafts that are similar to yours and not broken £100. And as you see in a minute, well, if you watch yesterday's video, all it takes is a ferrule and a bit of arrow dye and you're essentially there. So it's not exactly rocket science. There will be a few purists watching the video going, there's a lot more elements to this than there is. But for a round of golf on Friday, considering that I haven't got anything else but these, which is what I'm currently playing with, it's definitely going to be a lot better than that. Right, quick little clean up job, just so that we've got a majority of the glue off the head so they can now go in. Obviously a bit more tidying up once the ferrule's back on, potentially give the shafts a bit more of a polish as well. But yeah, I won't bore you with the gluing, as I do that quite a bit in my most recent videos. I'm sure a lot of you are just bored of it now, so I'll do a quick time lapse and then we'll see the end product once it's all done. Interestingly, if you count putting on a grip, I've built the 100% of this bag mainly because I changed the grip on that ages ago, which was a massive mistake. Orange theme in the bag. Can we just get a quick clip of what this bag looked like probably about 5 days ago and where we are at the moment? We're going to take the Brute Golf driver head that I was in the last video with the A-flex shaft. I'm definitely going to be using this, mainly because I've got nothing better else and it absolutely rips. Like if I get hold of one, it goes further than anything else that I've ever tested. Bad shots, not great, would be fine on the left hand side of the golf course. In terms of putter, I'm just borrowing Darren's head cover on one of the putters that he sold me. Obviously I haven't changed putter, but I think the putter head cover just makes the bag look 10 times better anyway. We've got an extremely good orange theme going through the bag, and then these bad boys finished off They look absolutely fantastic, and again, considering I got them on such a deal, I've got quite a bit of a soft spot for these irons, mainly because I played a good majority of my professional tournaments when I was playing county stuff with PSI forged irons. So the fact that I've now got a set back in the bag again, a bit of a coincidence, but it just seems rather fitting until we get something else. But to be honest, I don't know, I don't think there's really much need to obviously search for anything else. Now I've got shafts that are pretty much well suited to me. The length come out as standard, which I'm quite comfortable with. Normally I'd get fit for 1/4 inch longer, but a 1/4 inch doesn't really make much difference depending on who you ask. And also I like the control element. So overall I'm ecstatic. I mean, that's taken me 4 days to get to this point. Obviously same bag, we just now need to fill wedges at the bottom. Oh, I haven't put my driving iron. I've obviously got to put the one iron in the top end here, and I've got to put some wedges at the bottom there, and that's my bag done. So guys, there you have it. Nice little Saturday chilled video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed tomorrow's video as well. Off to edit them and then obviously spend the weekend with the family. Have a great weekend golfing, and I will see you all on Monday.